Sure. So for those who don't know me, I'm Chris Wilson.
I'm Carla Wilson.
And we, as Father Burl just mentioned, are sort of the executive directors, if you will, of the Steadfast campaign, which we launched last fall. And we are pleased to give you sort of a quarterly update. Our last update was back at the annual meeting, if you may recall. So we're pleased to give you an update about Steadfast right now. For those who don't know, Steadfast is a 2-year unified budget campaign to raise $3 million over the next 2 years, this year and next year, to do 3 things. One is help restore and rehabilitate our buildings and grounds, in particular our historic church, the roof of our historic church. Second is to balance our budget to get us to a place of sustainability, financial sustainability. And then third is raising funds to continue to help build the kingdom and lead our ministry work. So Carla will provide a quick update on the numbers.
Sure, just a very quick numbers update for you all. To date, we have 138 pledging units. That's from families and individuals. We have already collected just over $528,000 for the campaign, and pledged to date, we have just over $2.5 million, which is fantastic.
So I want to give folks a quick update on one of the key projects of the campaign, and that again is to restore and rehabilitate the roof of the historic church. I think if you may recall, during the annual meeting I had mentioned we had put out some requests for proposals for contractors to do that work. We're pleased we received 3 bids for that work, and we, the Vestry and Buildings and Grounds Committee, selected one contractor. Durable Restoration is the name of the contractor, to do the work. Durable has extensive experience working with, particularly working with churches and rehabilitating and fixing churches, and we were really thrilled and quite frankly blown away by their proposal. Also liked the cost, which was good. So Durable Restoration was chosen by the Vestry and Buildings and Grounds. The necessary paperwork had to be put into the National Fund for Sacred Places, which is the grant maker that is going to help cover some of the cost of that repair work. And so paperwork was submitted this past Friday to the National Fund for Sacred Places. And assuming all goes well, we expect the first tranche of funds from the grant to occur in about mid-June. With the expectation then that work could actually start beginning soon after the 4th of July, so sometime in early to mid-July, work on the historic church would commence. We're optimistic that there'll be minimal disruption to ongoing services and other projects that are going on in the historic church, and we really think Durable will take great care in making sure that happens. So we're very excited about it. I want to particularly thank a few people. Dave Shari, who chairs the Buildings and Grounds Committee. He's done lion's share of work, yeoman's work on working with those contractors and getting those proposals assessed and in place. Really great work for Dave. I also want to thank Jeff Drake on staff. Jeff leads our Buildings and Grounds work on staff. He's been integral in working with Dave on getting all that work done. And then last but not least, Erin Harkins Medina, who's been responsible for handling all of our grant interactions and grant work. She was the one responsible for getting all that paperwork done this past week, which is really important work. So I want to thank all of them especially for all their efforts.
And last but definitely not least, we never want to leave here without saying thank you again to all of you. And I hope you'll just take a moment and join me in kind of being inspired by what this church community has come together to do. $3 million is a big ask. It was a necessary one, but a big one. And every time we come together quarterly to look at these updates, I am so humbled and moved and inspired by what this community has done. Whether you're a newcomer, whether you're a longtime parishioner, whether you've pledged, whether you're still thinking about pledging, it's just been such an inspiration to see what everyone has been called to do and moved to do for this church community. And for those of you that haven't heard it before, we talk throughout this campaign about individuals and families that increase their giving by upwards of 300 and 400%. We talked about kids and youth that pledged. And if you're new here, to be clear, this is not something we ask of our children and youth, but we had children and youth that sat here and heard what we had to say about this place and said to themselves, this place is important to me, it means something to me, and I want it to be here and continue to thrive, to be that beacon of faith, hope, and love, both in the world and to us personally. So I hope that you'll join them and me in feeling moved to support the church if you haven't already, and just thank you again so much for what you've done.
Thank you.
Thanks to you.